Welcome to Crafting with Clydeen. This month of October 2022, in my Facebook group called Crafting with Clydeen, we will be focusing on one stamp set for the entire month. That's not to say we won't have other projects that come out, but for the purpose of teaching techniques and showing you how you can use one stamp set in a multitude of ways, we are kicking off that series with Artistically Inked. Today's project, we've got this beautiful card here, and what I love about this is you can do it with so many different colors. I do have another example to show you at the end, but tonight we will be using rich razzleberry, right here, and so saffron. Whoops, let me put that so you can see it. That's so saffron. And we'll be using, like I said, the Artistically Inked stamp set. And then we'll put a little bit of bling in with the 2021 to 23 ink color Opal rounds. We'll be using these soft yellow ones here. So let's go ahead and get started. We have just a few layers. We have our card base, standard A2 size. And then in rich razzleberry, we will cut one to fit exactly the front of the card. And then we have these 3 layers. This one is 5.5 by 3 1/4. This one is 5.5 by 3. And the one that we're going to stamp is 5.5 by 2 3/4. Don't need to write it all down because I will put it in the description. So I'm going to set those aside for a few moments. I have this very artsy stamp. I don't know, it's kind of very flowy. And we are going to start by using our So Saffron. And we'll ink that up. And we're going to stamp it a couple of times at the bottom. And I love the fact that you can just kind of stamp it multiple times on top of each other. So I did the top. Now I'm going to flip it around and do this a couple times down here. And you can make this as light or as dark as you would like. So I kind of went a little bit darker towards the bottom, and then you can see as we get to the center, I did have a few places where it's a little bit lighter. I'm gonna go ahead and clean off my stamp here using my lovely chamois, one of my favorite things, and pull out the rich razzleberry ink. And now I'm going to go ahead and stamp this right in the middle. And then stamp it several times going into the yellow. And sometimes I like to stamp it off a little bit so it doesn't get too dark. And I don't know if you just noticed it, but I kind of flipped my stamp around so that we have the stamp going in multiple directions so it doesn't look like the same thing over and over again. I kind of like the way it gives you like a stormy effect almost, and it just kind of all flows in and out of each other. So I'm gonna clean this off, and this time I am going to use the happy birthday sentiment and put that right here at the top. I'm going to do it a little bit cockeyed because I can. So you'll notice in the first one, I used a shorter sentiment and did it straight across the top. You can also use a longer one and put it diagonally, or if it fits, you can put it straight across. So we are done with the stamping. And I don't know if you noticed this on my glue bottle. I don't like this plastic thing that is supposed to go around here and then hang down when you're not using it, because I feel like it flips around and hits me all the time. So I decided to take it off, and I put this yellow ribbon on it because I kept losing this little rubber thing. So that's a little trick if you are like me and you didn't like that thing dangling around. You can take it off, throw a ribbon on it, and then you'll always be able to find it on your crafting table. Now, let's get back to this lovely card. Let me close this up first so that I don't get ink all over myself, because I am known to do that. I stick my hands in the ink all the time. I'm gonna go ahead and just give it a little bead of glue all the way around. You can use your tape runner or whatever glue you like. I just happen to like to use a liquid glue, and I think they call it decanter. I take it out of the big bottle and put it in this little one because that's the size I like to work with. All right, now we're gonna do the same thing and layer this on top of the Saffron. Now you could do this on all different sizes. I just chose to go from the top of the card to the bottom with no layer around the top and the bottom. Let me redo that. I was a little crooked. It's one of the reasons I like using the liquid glue, is because I could pick it up and try it again if I didn't get it quite right. There we go, that's a little better. And then finally, put this layer on the rich raspberry card base. And I like to put it off to the side, but you could totally center this and it would look cool as well. But I wanted to put a little bit of bling down in that bottom corner. So that's why I went off to the side like that, to give it a little place where I could bling it up. Now, when I have one that is the full size of my card, I like to stand my card up and get my bottom straight, and then one side, and then everything else seems to just fall in place. All right. Normally I would use my take a pick tool, but I am heading out of town in a couple of days from the taping of this, and I've already packed away some of my stuff, including the take a pick tool. So we'll see how straight I get this. Two. Pretty close. All right, and there you have, in very short order, a card that you can use. And as you can see, I've done this with two different colors here. This one, I don't remember what color I used on it. Pale papaya, maybe? Anyways, I've done it now with the Saffron and the rich raspberry. And as another point of reference, I did this one here using Balmy Blue and Night of Navy. And I used the solid faceted gems for this here. So you can see I have one where I've put it off to the side and had a bigger area here to embellish. And then this one I scented it, and I guess I still had enough room here to add a few embellishments. So this here is the first of 4 projects that I will be doing in my Facebook group and here on YouTube this month using the Artistically Inked. In addition, we will be doing this fun fold card. Very simple, pretty card front. This here is a ribbon that I have inked using my ink pads and a blending brush. And then when you open it up, it's got a cute fun fold. And we did a little bit of inking around each of these things. So that's one of our items for later this month. Another one, which we will be doing, is a direct-to-paper background. So that's the technique on this particular one. We've also done fussy cutting and used some pop dots to raise that up. And then a one-sheet stamped wonder. This is one of my favorite things to do is to create my own background paper. And so this class here will be a live class in my Facebook group, as well as the fun folds. This one will be a live class as well. And so if you'd like to see more, give me a thumbs up, hit subscribe, and I hope to see you out there. Have a great night.